Good day, everyone. My topic is all about the role of leadership in institution building. According on the article in studylib.net, administrator does not exist for its own sake or just for the sake of existing. It is and must be committed to some roles, responsibilities, if it has to accomplish the very reason of its being. In order to perform his role and accomplishment his task, the administrator should know what has to be done and how it is to be done. He also needs to know that it is a joint effort of people doing the task. In particular, administrators have role involvement with regards to their responsibility as administrator of a certain institution. Primarily, administrators is responsible in planning, organizing, controlling, coordinating, supervising, evaluating. So, what is administrator as a leader? Administrator has a key role in leadership as well as initiating change in the institution and the community. Being administrator, one has an important role in leading the institution resources into improvement and success. Leadership is very important in any institution. For a leader to become effective and efficient, he must need to possess skills such as conceptual, technical, and human skills as well as exercising democratic leadership in performing his role in an institution. Next, a conceptual skill deals with individuals' ability to apply information and aspects into practice. That's why administration must be knowledgeable. On the other hand, technical skills mean individual ability to apply a variety of techniques to achieve goals such as skills in planning, decision-making, communication, and management of the institution, and human skills, which deals with individuals' ability to work effectively as a group member. Remember that a good leader is also a good follower. Next, administrator as an agent of change. Yes, administrator has a role in initiating change or an agent of change in the institution and community. Administrator serves a mediator, bridging the gap between the institution and the community or the environment. Promoting close relationship between the school and the community is an important function of the administrator. School program is the biggest factor in building good school-community relations. He needs to make a program which aims to benefit his immediate clientele, who are the people in the community and the community itself. Remember that institution exists an environment which greatly influences the plans, goals, and programs of any institution in spite of the existing boundaries. Any institution that has no exchange channel with the environment is closed. This needs a two-way process wherein environment contributes students, materials, energy, information, and cultural values. The institution returns educated persons information and entertainment. Next, administrator as planner. Administrator acts as a planner in the institution simply because one of their fundamental functions or responsibilities is a careful planning. He is responsible in formulating as well as selecting the best courses of action in order to achieve the educational goals. Good and careful planning directs them in deciding the first course of action, or rather provides you the bird's eye view of the whole plan. It is in the true, thorough, and careful planning that the administrator could anticipate the future and solve the problems that the institution might encounter and may be able to think of the advanced solutions. Next, administrator as organizer. Administrator as organizer. Being an administrator, you need to have skills in organizing those complex tasks of bringing together the necessary human resources along the required physical plant and equipment or materials into an operating unit. He has a role in leading and building cooperative efforts within the human elements affecting the institution, such as the faculty, administrator, and the community, as well as setting the tone for openness and trust for both the formal and informal person relationship that whenever institution is confronted with problems, they can easily interact to facilitate solutions of the problems. Next, administrator as director. Administrator is responsible in carrying out all educational programs and deciding who shall carry out the plans, determines the subjects to be included in each courses, provides for physical equipment necessary to carry out the work, and also issuing orders, holds conference, and supervises activities. There are lots of things to consider in this task, such as assessing the needs of his school, teachers, his pupils, and those people in a community, and involving an educational program that is very much suited to the institution's constituents. The administrator as controller, it is supervises his people under him according to their set goals. He needs to see if there are problems and errors so that he could intervene and help them to correct it. And the administrator as coordinator, proper coordination done by the administrator is needed to overcome the limitations of planning and organizing as well. As the inherent limitations of the personnel, this bridges the gap between the people, resources, and the product itself. It is the responsibility of the administrator to coordinate all the programs and activities of the school in the community and make all these things in harmony, which will lead to the success of any program. He must develop an interacting and cooperative working relationship in the whole system. He has a role in maintaining and translating the curriculum into concrete learning experiences and improves the instruction program. Very often, institutions are criticized for the relevance of the curriculum, the poor quality graduates, and the mediocre level of instruction obtained within the classroom. So, the administrator supervisor, he is a role in making the educational program effective. He needs careful supervision, studies of those methods and techniques to improve the teaching and learning process. The administrator as evaluator, evaluation is needed in order to ascertain if the institution and the community have achieved the educational goals. It is necessary because this evaluation reveals the weaknesses and strengths of the whole program. An administrator has a role of establishing and maintaining effective feedback circuits which an adequate evaluation can provide for purposes of identifying whether project plans are pursued by the people as expected. Moreover, administrator has also a role in looking into professional growth of his personnel staff, and that he is also concerned in identification, orientation, assignment, improvement, and evaluation of staff. An institution creates and operates in a situation where there is a high expectancy of what institution does not improve the quality of life of those whom it serves. Educational administrator handles the total institution building as part of his administration task.